Hey, today we got Eddie Greg's here too, but you never know. He was eating granola, so there may be a chance that he's having breakfast and may not want to participate, but I'm kind of egging him on. Man, yesterday I got all warm and emotional and fuzzy. Man, that's what my daughter does to me. 10-minute daily reality check. Today, though, is going to be a little different. It's called Good Enough to Fuck, Not Good Enough to Call. And let me tell you something, okay? If you women listening right now are thinking, oh, wait a second. Am I going to find out if I was good enough to fuck and not good enough to call? We're also going to enlighten you men, because some of you men also get thrown in the good enough to fuck, not good enough to call.
The personal trainers on Carnival Cruise, she's not going to call you.
No. The male front desk guy at Equinox.
Or female,
right.
She's not going to call, he's not going to call.
Yeah,
especially the girls. Yeah. If every member at Equinox is trying to date you and you work the front desk, you're good enough to fuck, not good enough to call. Yep. I'm going to be honest.
If you're asked out by every single jerk in the bar, you're good enough to fuck and not good enough to call. That's a bartender. What about, who else isn't good enough? All right, well, we're not going to talk about scenarios. You know what we're going to talk about right now? We're going to talk about something that's raw and honest, right? Okay. There's a thing that goes around with men, and women fall for it over and over and over again. It's the guy that states that he wants a relationship. Right? So he's a relationship stater, okay? And that's all he is. And he goes through the motions in the beginning, right? And then women buy into that because they are relationship creators, right? So the relationship stater meets the relationship creator.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the woman's got a good story about this guy after date number 2. And she makes the mistake of going into his house for a cup of tea. That's what the relationship stater likes to use. I'm going to feed her tea, not alcohol.
Yeah.
She has tea, and then she has me. Because it works, because she feels fucking safe. But women don't see at all the signs that come after that. Because there's so many signs that come after that the guy was just a salesman.
Yes, and before. What restaurant did he take you? What time of day did you go? What day did you go? If it's a Wednesday night date, not a Saturday, Friday night date. If it's, let's meet here instead of normal here. Why are we going so far away from, the general setting of where we both live? Things of that nature just kind of let you know. Isolation. I can promise you the world while we're stranded on this desert beach. But as soon as we get back to civilization, in your name once again.
You don't take them to your regular restaurant.
No, you never take them to you because you don't want your regular people to see you with that person.
Well, no, because you're picking up people in that regular place.
Exactly. And this one's, you're not even going to return the email she sends you in a few months when she finally gets frustrated and just airs out her grievance to you. You're just moving on with life.
Yeah, you take her to Trader Joe's and not Air One.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Trader Joe's in Culver City, not Air One in Venice.
Yeah, you're going to Culver City.
You're going down to Culver City with it because you're good enough to fuck, just not good enough to call. And you got to ask yourself, well, women, how do I become that girl? Are you a heavy spray tanner? Frequently in Vegas, a lot of bathing suits all the time, heavy selfie girl. And every time you post a selfie, they gotta put a comment on your picture, beautiful. Well, all you're giving them is 72 selfies on an Instagram page of 80 pictures. So, but you're so beautiful. They've already decided, I want to fuck her. Her face is pretty enough to fuck. Everything else is there. If you're constantly giving me sex, then that's all I want from you. I'm just giving it to you real. And it works the same way with guys. Guys always put themselves out there as, I'm this macho buff guy. And if you constantly realizing women only want to be around you when they have alcohol in them, it's because they're only using you for one thing. He's muscular and I'm drunk. I want to fuck. He's good looking and I'm drunk. And I'm full of wine. I'm going to kid him up now. I'll Uber over to his place from the dry bar girls. I'm full of cheese and wine. I'll Uber over to that hot Instagram guy, that hot Tinder date guy. Because, in his picture, he made sure you could see his biceps and his shoulders. You got to ask yourself, what am I doing to put myself in a position not to get a call back? And maybe over-sexualizing yourself is key. We do that a lot nowadays. We over-sexualize ourselves. And me being in the fitness industry, say, you're being a cliche. I like to instill confidence in people. Now, that might not be giving everyone a six-pack. It might just be taking them down 2 or 3 dress sizes. There's a difference in that. Everybody doesn't want to be over-sexualized. If you're a model, hey, that's a different lane. If you're somebody sits at a desk one day and says, I want a healthier life, that's something different. Those are totally different lives, and you don't have to oversex everything to be something you're not. Because then you just don't tie pork chops around your neck and expect wolves not to come. I can't make it any simpler than that one.
That's funny. It's so true.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Male or female. We'll tie pork chops around our fucking neck, and then we're going to say, why are these wolves attacking me? I don't know. Maybe they're hungry.
I know, it's so funny. Or the women that walk around with the tightest T-shirt in the entire world, and literally the phrase goes, "Look at me," or "bitch."
Oh, here's my favorite.
Right, the bitch T-shirt that was big.
Yes. Oh, my favorite is I wear the volleyball shorts that are really like covering only my birth canal, and then I pull them down every 3 seconds after I walk. Because when you left the house and you had to constantly pull them down, you didn't know they were too short then. It wasn't until you got in public that you realized, oh, my bottoms keep falling out of these pants. But why do the wolves keep coming? I don't understand.
Or the woman who's like bends over and she's wearing those jeans and you can see half her ass and you scratch your head. The other day I was with my daughter and my daughter looks and goes, "Dad, look." And I go, "Yeah, exactly." And she goes, "Why is she wearing that?" I said, "Because, I didn't even know what to say," right? I said, "Because her jeans are too short." But the bottom line is, they know that. I mean, you know. When your ass is fucking sticking out there. You know when your ass... Or the women who put themselves on dating sites, right? They're always like, no one night stand. No one night stand. And they have a picture of themselves in 3 bikinis on their picture. What are they going to get?
Yeah.
The guy that's visualizing that.
Or the guy... what do you think... Or the guy who loves to work out next to his Audi at the Santa Monica stairs. Who do you think, who only does shoulders? Who do you think you're going to attract? the chick who wants to Instagram her riding in your convertible with you nowhere in sight in that picture. Or you taking her somewhere on a beach, or if she can swindle you into a steak dinner somewhere. Oh, look at my steak dinner I'm eating by myself on a Friday night or a Wednesday night, because you're nowhere to be found in that picture. You're good enough to fuck, just not good enough to call. It means you don't even get mentioned in the Instagram pictures. That's another dead giveaway. You're not going to be around. You hung out with somebody all day and they're social media friendly, and they never mention you on a Twitter mention, a Instagram, a Snapchat, or nothing. And then as soon as they leave your presence, they're right back to doing their whole Instagram, Snapchat, filter thing. They've just told you where you stand in life.
Well, it's also...
Which you're good enough to fuck, just not good enough to call or identify in social media.
There's one other thing I'm going to share. Okay?
That'll be another podcast.
Yeah, there'll be another one. There's another thing I'm going to share. It's that if we are only texting you, and not calling you, you're good enough to text.
As a man,
you're good enough to fuck.
As a man, when a man really likes you, he calls you because he wants to hear your voice. Your voice alone can release a pheromone. There's nothing that's better to a man when he's in the middle of his day and he gets a call from a woman they've been dating or he's interested in, and there's just I just wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to call. It's that 20-minute phone call where there's nothing but giggles and small talk about absolutely nothing, but everybody's all big-cheeked and teeth and gums showing and smiling. You used to ever see somebody, you ever pull up somebody's car?
Yeah, they're all teeth and gums.
You can see all 32 of their teeth. You're like, what are they smiling about? That's that serotonin of happiness release that they get from that person calling them. That one person they wanted to hear from. Or for you Instagram, social media folks, it's getting a like from that one person you've been waiting all day to like your picture from. It's that same gratification for us people who are looking for the real. For the fakes, it's that getting that heart shape on that Instagram like. But for the real people, it's that same feeling. And yet, you just look
wait a second. You know what's funny? I get hearts on my Instagram. From women a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even check them out.
Oh yeah,
never. So wait a second. So that's like the little.
And then when they go back to the old selfies and hit the likes on the old selfies, that's when they really. Oh, there's a picture from Dave from when he was the last summer when he was in where were you at last summer? I always forget. Hamptons. Yes, when you were everywhere. You were in the Hamptons. Oh, I like that picture. That was 32 weeks ago. You didn't like the one from last week? No, because I wanted your attention. I wanted you to see that like, because it's old. I like you, meaning I'd fuck you, Dave, but I don't know if I'd ask you, Dave.
Wait, wow, he said I never played the Instagram.
Instagram game's a lot like Tinder. It's those old likes you got to watch out for.
All right, so, I will start looking at the
male
Instagram
or female.
Great,
it's the old likes you got to watch out for. You liked 67 weeks ago and you're liking a selfie? Yeah.
I like that. So you got an Instagram tip today, which is a really good one. You got a tip on whether or not you're fuckable or likable or callable, right? Because, you got that tip. And you also realized another thing today, that when we're only texting you, We only pretty much want to fuck you,
yeah.
okay? Because we don't want that permagrin on our face. Is we really only call you when we make a decision that all of a sudden, well, with me, it's like when I start calling somebody, it's like I basically cut the roster down.
Most people I know nowadays who work 9 to 5s, who don't own their own businesses, they come home and they play Xbox Live on the internet and shit. So why couldn't you pick up a phone and talk? Or put in a headset. They don't feel like interrupting their Xbox Live game to talk to you. They don't really give a shit about you. Let's be honest. I'm playing Xbox Live now. I can't talk.
Yeah, so true.
Imagine getting that text. It probably happens all the time.
That's a great.
I know plenty of women it happens to, and they continue to sleep with those men. And then a couple months later, when shit deteriorates, they go, "I can't believe that happened." And then when I point out certain things I pointed out a few months, I just screenshot. I go back and screenshot text, and they just go, "Fuck you, Eddie, not right now." I'm just being honest, sweet my dears, because I love my girls. The girls I train all over the world, we become like family. I'm like the older brother, and you take them under your wing sometimes. You just gotta tell them, listen. You gotta stop being a dumbass. That's not it. That's just not it. And like guys too. Everybody needs a reality check. Myself, I'm the first one. I do it to myself every morning when I get up. Give myself my reality check and everybody else to follow who, I work with and around.
It's funny. We all need a reality check. That's why every single day, the 10-minute reality check comes right at you because it's basically radical self-help that doesn't suck ever. And if we ever have a sucky show, please tell me, hey, man, yesterday's show sucked. So then I'll do a different show to replace it if you want. Like the next day, if you think you can do a better show.
Criticism is okay.
Criticism is good. Oh, yeah.
Just don't sit at home and eating Cheetos in your drawers saying this sucks. Why? Because you didn't do it?
Yeah, exactly. And also because you're angry because we fucking exposed the fact that you were good enough to fuck, but not good enough to call. See you tomorrow. And on that note, 10 minutes daily reality check out.